graph the piecewise function. So we have three parts in this piecewise function. In order to graph it, let's make some tables so we can see what the points look like. So everything less than -7 on the graph is going to be equal to 0. So we'll have a horizontal line at 0. F of x equals 0. So at -7, it'll be 0, although it will be an open circle on the graph because we do not have it equal to -7, it's just less than. At -8, it'll also be 0, -9, 0, and so on. Our second one, pick some points. F of x equals -2x. -7, it will be 14 with a closed dot because it will be equal to. -6 would be 12. -5 would be 10, all the way up until 0, which will be 0, and that will be an open dot. And then our last one, x. F of x equals x squared. For anything greater than or equal to 0, so at 0, it's 0. 1, it's 1. 2, it's 4. 3, it's 9, etc. up to infinity. So now let's plot that. Start with the orange. So I'm calling this point right here 0. So at -7, we have an open dot. And then we have at -8, 0, -9, 0, etc. I'll draw that line right there, just like that, and that's at -7. That's part 1 of our graph, and we have our second part in blue. So at -7, it equals to 14, so let's put that on our graph. And we'll put a solid dot because -7 is included in the domain. And then we have it equal to 12 at there. At 5, it's 10, all the way up to our 0, which will be an open circle. So if I draw a line, it's about there. We don't have any arrows on this part of the graph because it has two solid endpoints, the -7 and the 0. So that's that part of our graph. And then our last part is for everything, all the x values greater than 0 or equal to. So at 0, we have a solid point. Those points overlap. And then at 1, 1, we have a point. At 2, 4, we have a point. At 3, 9, we have a point. We connect that just like that, and it extends all the way up to infinity.